Sawadee-kap. Hello and welcome to Daily Wisdom, Walking the Path with the Buddha. Today is our group learning program, and I'm helping you to learn Buddhist chanting. We're in part 2 of a 4-part series where I'm helping students to build up their chanting practice. Last week, I went through and taught very thoroughly the benefits of chanting, and we went through and I taught each of the individual chants that we do on the way into meditation and on the way out of meditation. We practiced those quite a bit, and we combined it with meditation. Today, what I'm going to do is just do a little bit of a refresh and overview of what we did last week, and then we're going to practice the chants. Then we're going to actually do meditation together. So I'd like to welcome all of you, whether you're joining for the first time or you're joining regularly. Even if you weren't here last week, it's okay, because you're going to be able to learn where we were last week. So let me just switch over to some visual aids here, and then I can share with you guys what I'm going to share today. So as I mentioned, it's part 2 of a 4-part series where I'm helping students to build up their chanting practice. Last week, we talked about the benefits of chanting. We also talked about the history of chanting too, to help students to understand that there's nothing mystical and magical about chanting. That chanting was used for a learning device during the lifetime of the Buddha, because they didn't have books, audiobooks, videos, podcasts, things like this to be able to study with and commit the teachings to memory. So the Buddha just taught orally. So his students, every 2 weeks, they would come together and they would recite his teachings in order to commit them to their memory. And by committing them to their memory, then they could actually practice the teachings. If they didn't chant during the lifetime of the Buddha, they actually wouldn't be able to experience enlightenment because they would have no way of remembering the teachings. So they chanted as a way to help them to just remember the teachings. So there's nothing mystical or magical about chanting. We talked about how in the Theravada tradition, there's a unifying language of Pali. And we talked about how Mahayana and Vajrayana tradition, you need to chant in the local language. So you would need to first learn Vietnamese or Chinese or Tibetan in order to be able to actually chant in those traditions, where the Pali chanting that is part of the Theravada tradition, you can go to any temple anywhere in the world and you'd be able to chant right along with those people. We talked about how chanting helps you to set up mindfulness or awareness of mind prior to meditating. It helps you to develop concentration and memory, like exercising the mind. We talked about how it builds awareness of the breath so that as you ease into meditation, you have awareness of mind and awareness of breath right at the beginning so that you can start getting benefits and reap the rewards of meditation right from the beginning. We discussed how chanting eases the mind into meditation, helping to slow it down and relax it. Because with craving, desire, attachment, the mind's going to want to go, 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 go. That's typically what people experience when there's craving, desire, attachment in the mind. But chanting helps to slow that down. And then we talked about this audible indication that chanting can help you to motivate and encourage you, because you can see day to day, session by session, how your chanting practice is improving, where sometimes to see the progress in your day-to-day life, sometimes it's a little bit more spread out, or it kind of accumulates over multiple months before you really notice it. Where chanting, you can notice it, and it can be really encouraging to chant because it gives you this audible indication of your improvement. And then it can help build this respect and gratitude for the elders and Gotama Buddha. What I mean by elders is all the people for 2,500 years that have handed these teachings down, that there's kind of these unnamed people that we will never know their names that have handed these teachings down from person to person to now where they're reaching you. And it's wonderful to have respect and gratitude for everybody in your life. But oftentimes that's very challenging for the unenlightened mind. So kind of bubbling up some of this respect and gratitude for elders and for Gotama Buddha, it can help to kind of bubble that over into other parts of your life. And it's really important to understand that there is no rites, rituals, ceremonies, worship, or prayer in the teachings of the Buddha. So chanting is none of those things. There's nothing mystical or magical about it. It's not going to instantly make you rich, or instantly bring back your boyfriend or girlfriend, or instantly create a longer life, or anything like this. So even though if you hear people say those things, that's not actually true. And you can see that for yourself by testing it and being able to independently verify it for yourself. So these are the benefits of the things that we talked about last week. And then I help students to understand and practice these 3 chants, the triple gem, the Namo Tassa, and the Iti Piso. So what I'm thinking that we'll do today is we'll just practice these. We'll go through this one 3 times. Then we'll go through the Namo Tassa and then the Iti Piso 3 times. And then we'll just put it all together in a meditation so that way you guys will get some practice here. So if you'd like to join along and do some practice here, you can see on the screen what the chants are. Or if you're listening to this through pure audio, you might go to our website of buddhadailywisdom.com, click on free books, and then you'll see the daily chanting sheet down towards the bottom. So if you guys would like to practice, perhaps you've been practicing already this week, which is great. But if not, here's some time for you to practice. So what I'm going to do is just go through all 3 of them. I'm not going to guide you at all, just let you guys to actually chant. And then at the end of each one, I'll pause and see if you guys have any questions from any of the practice that you've been doing. So if you'd like to chant along, I'm going to do this one 3 times. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Bhutang Bhagavanang Abhivateyami Savakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅkho Saṅghang Namami Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Bhutang Bhagavanang Abhivateyami Savakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅkho Saṅghang Namami Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Bhutang Bhagavanang Abhivateyami Savakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅkho Saṅghang Namami. Okay, I'm going to pause here and see if you guys have any questions on this chant. Remember, you can put your questions into Facebook, YouTube, or Zoom in the comment section, or in Zoom, you can electronically raise your hand and then unmute your microphone and ask any and all questions that you like. Okay, I don't see any questions anywhere. Okay. Looks like, oh, Ted and Kristen. Yes, guys.
Good evening.
Hello, hello. Oh, your mute went back on, Ted.
Oh, I'm sorry. Good evening, David. The third line, the Dhammo, could you, or 1, 2, 3. Yes, right where you have the air. Could you pronounce that again for me, or chant it one so I could hear it?
Savakato Bhagavata Dhammo.
Okay, thank you. There was a little Dhammo. throws me off a little bit. Practice though.
Yeah, David, can you do the second one? That one's the hardest line for me. I'm not sure why, but
Okay, the whole line.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawakato.
No.
Oh.
Sorry, the one above it.
Oh,
Sorry.
but okay. So Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Bhutang Bhagavanang Apivateyami.
Okay.
Bhutang Bhagavanang Apivateyami.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let me see if we have anything else. I don't see anything else. Okay, so now we'll move to the next one. People usually find this one a lot easier. So let's do this one 3 times together. You guys might have this one nailed already if you've been practicing over the last week. Okay, so here we go. Namo Rasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Rasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Rasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. That's one time. Namo Rasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Rasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Rasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. That's 2. Namo Rasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Rasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Rasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Okay, that's 3 times. Let me know if you guys have questions here. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions anywhere. All right, so let's go to the third one. Like I mentioned, I found this one to be a lot more challenging, but there's some people who say it's easier for them, right? Because that's impermanence, right? Not everyone's going to have the same experience with a particular thing. So if you found this one to be challenging, I understand. If you found it to not be challenging, I understand, right? Because that's impermanence. Okay, so we'll do this one 3 times through. Okay, here we go. Iti piso mahakava arahang samma sambuddho vicacaranang sammuno sakato rokavitu Anutero purisa Dhamma sati satatawa manusanang Bhuto bhagavato ควาติอิติปิโสมะควาอะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธวิชาจารณังสัมมุโนสคาโตโรกาวิตุอนุเตโรปุริสาดามาสติสัตตาตวามานุสนังโพโตภาควาติอิติปิโสมะควาอะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธวิชาจารณังสัมมุโนสคาโตโรกาวิตุอนุเตโรปุริสาดามาสติสัตตาตวามานุสนังโพโตภาควาติ Okay, that's 3 times of the ETP so. Any questions on this one? Okay, I don't see any questions anywhere. Okay, so this is what I suggest we do is let's do our meditation, what we normally do with breathing mindfulness meditation, where we'll do the 3 chants just 1 time each, and then we'll go into meditation, and then there'll be the guidance, then we'll have that period of time where it's quiet and we're just meditating, then we'll come out with some more chanting, okay? And then we'll see where you guys are at that point, okay? So if you'd like to chant along, I'm going to use the visual aids to help you guys, but you guys know you can use the visual aids online too. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Bhutang Mahakavanang Apivateyami Savakato Bhagavata Tammo Dhammang namasami Supatipano bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅkho Saṅghang namami Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vicha charanang sammuno Sakato roka vitu Anu เตโรปุริสาดามาสติสตาตาวามานุสนังพุโตภาควาติ Okay, with the lower body and hands and arms comfortable, and the upper body erect, just close the eyes and start breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Here you're just looking to establish the breath, a nice, natural, steady, consistent breath. Not forced or controlled, just a gradual inhale through the nose, experiencing the full breath. And then whenever you're ready, exhale out through the nose. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Your breath may not match up with the guidance that I'm providing, and that's okay. This is your practice. I'm just here for guidance. You can use this voice as a reminder that whenever you get to the next inhale, breathing gradually through the nose, developing a nice, natural, steady, consistent breath. And then whenever you're ready, exhale out through the nose, experiencing the full breath. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. With the breath well established, start fixating the mind on the breath, either the sound of the breath coming into the nose or the sensation of air moving over the skin into the nose. The breath is the present moment. Fixate the mind on the breath, the present moment. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. With the mind fixated on the breath, whenever you notice that it moves off the breath, cut that off, let it go, and come back to the breath, the present moment. No need to observe the thought, label it, judge it, analyze it, or even try to figure out where it's coming from. Whenever you notice that the mind is moved off the breath, cut that off, let it go, and come back to the breath, the present moment. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. I'm going to be quiet now and let you do this work of focusing on the breath, cutting off and letting go anytime the mind moves off the breath. You have nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. needs you right now. This is your time to focus on the breath. Breathing in and out. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Bhutang Bhagavanang Abhivateyami Savakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Sanghang Namami Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Iti Piso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vicacaranang Sammuno Sakato Rogavitu Anutero Purisa Dhamma Sati Satatawa Manusarang Bhutto Bhagavati. Okay, if you guys would like to slowly make your way out of meditation, I would like to check in with you guys and see if there's any questions that you guys have. You can ask questions related to the chanting, but really anything. If you have questions about meditation, you have questions about the path to enlightenment, you have questions about things going on in your personal life, just let me know. If you guys have any questions, you can put that into Facebook, YouTube, or in Zoom, or you can raise your hand in Zoom and ask any questions that you like. Okay, it looks like Ted and or Christian have a question. Go ahead, guys.
No question, just a comment. Your background looks fantastic. It's very, very nice.
Yeah, got some flowers at the flower shop. They're very inexpensive here, so very easy for me to do. If I told you the price of these, you wouldn't even believe it. Yeah, glad you like it. It's for you guys. It's not for me. I'm fine with the white wall. Yeah. All right. Let me see if you guys have anything else. All right. I don't see anything else anywhere. So what I'll do then is just end class by thanking all of you guys. Thank you for your interest to learn and practice the teachings of the Buddha. As you guys need help, you're always welcome to ask questions in live classes. You can post on our Facebook group. You can schedule personal guidance, or you can send private messages. These are all the different ways that you guys can get help. So as you would like that help, feel free to reach out. I'm here to help each and every one of you guys. In terms of our future classes, Next week on Wednesday, we'll be in part 3 of our 4-part series on Buddhist chanting. So we'll be doing that together. And then on Sunday in the group learning program, we're going to be in chapter 6, which is titled The Middle Way, Walking the Middle Way. This is a very short chapter. It's very easy for me to teach it to you in terms of it's very short. So it's kind of giving you a little bit of time here to be able to really deeply soak in to the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, because that was chapter 4 and 5, because you really need to dial that in. You're not going to master it in just a couple of weeks or even a couple of months, but it gives you time to really study it and commit it to your mind so that you can really memorize it, because you'll have no chance of actually practicing it if you don't actually memorize it. So that's what we're going to be doing on Sunday, is exploring chapter 6, the middle way, walking the middle way. So thank you all for joining, and perhaps we'll see you guys in a future class. Be well and take care. Sawadee Kap. Thank you again for watching. Enjoy your meditation. Look forward to seeing you online and answering any questions that you might have. Thank you so much.